and welcome to moving clips from iMovie to Final Cut Pro. We'll be covering 5 steps: creating a new movie in iMovie, sending it to Final Cut Pro, copying or moving the library with the movie in it to an external hard drive, moving the project to the preferred library, and revealing the clips in browser if need be. Our first step is to create a new movie. In this example, I'm moving a suite of kayak clips from iMovie 10.0.5 to Final Cut Pro 10.1.4. Go to File, New Movie, and choose No Theme. And then select all the clips and move them into the timeline. Once the first clip is selected, the Shift key can be used to select the clips in one lot. Move the clips by clicking and dragging them into the timeline. By scrolling up, we can see the new movie. Now that we have all the clips we want to move in a movie, we can export these to Final Cut Pro. We do this by going to File and Send Movie to Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro will automatically open up, the movie will be imported, and a new event and new project will be created in Final Cut Pro. In this case, the process has called the event Tasmania 2 as the clips were taken from an event in iMovie called Tasmania, and a new project is created in that event called Kayak Clips. However, if our aim was also to move the clips into Final Cut Pro and an external hard drive, as it often is, this hasn't been achieved yet. The clips are still on the hard drive. Here's the desktop, which shows the external hard drive called Fiona's Video, where all the other Final Cut libraries are stored. As part of the import from iMovie, Final Cut Pro created a library and called it iMovie Library on the main computer drive. It can be a bit confusing because there are 2 iMovie libraries. The orange icon is the iMovie one, but the purple one is the newly created Final Cut Pro icon. If you want to store your videos on an external hard drive, the move is simple. In the Finder, drag the Final Cut Pro iMovie library from the Macintosh hard drive to the external hard drive. Once the transfer is complete, you can open up Final Cut Pro. At first, you may not notice any changes. In fact, you can see the iMovie library is still located in the hard drive. Go to File, Open Library. Here you can see 2 iMovie libraries. This is because we copied the library over. That is, we didn't move it. I can open the library from here, but to be sure I'm opening the right one, that is the iMovie library from the external drive, I've opened it from the desktop. Now we can see the iMovie library from the external hard drive. As I'm cleaning up my files and keen to have some sense and order about where my clips are, I'd like to have the kayak clips from the iMovie library and move them to the Tasmania library. If we click and drag the event, I'll copy it. I'm a bit tired of having multiple copies of the clips, so I'm not going to choose that option. What we'll do is go to File and Move the event to Tasmania Library. Now, finally, we have the clips in the library of our choice and stored on the external hard drive. Before we finish, there's one more thing I'd like to show you. When you first imported the clips into Final Cut Pro, you may have noticed the clips couldn't be seen in the browser. Generally, as soon as we move them to the external hard drive, as if by magic, they show up in the browser. But if you wish to leave them in the iMovie library on the computer's hard drive, you may wish to know about this little trick. Just highlight the clip and choose File, Reveal in Browser. Good luck with your video editing.